Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a sort of chapter concept. I'm thinking about starting a new series where I just talk about different licenses that I think could be a good concept in Dead by Daylight. But of course I'm not as talented as to model the characters and put them in the game and put together an animation, but I still want to try to give off my ideas. So I was reading the boys comics and I came across a certain panel near the end where it kind of shows Homelander being a sadistic, scary ass killer. So using that, I thought, how come Dead by Daylight doesn't have a superhero type killer? I mean, Goosebumps did it. Well, I mean, Goosebumps is for kids, but they had like a supervillain kind of character, so it would be interesting. I mean, we have a K-pop killer, and why not? Why not a superhero killer? It sounds cool. So it took me a bit, and I stayed up all night, pulled an all-nighter just so I could create this concept. So after careful consideration, I decided the survivor should be Billy Butcher from the comics, or William Butcher. He is a man consumed by rage and vengeance, ready to attack where it hurts. His personal perks, Get Some, Blackmail, and Payback, give him an extra edge and set of protection to put up a fight. So the first perk, Get Some. Your cocky attitude intimidates any and everyone in the same room as you. When you drop a pallet, you and the killer see each other's aura for 5, 10, 15 seconds. For the next 60, 90, 120 seconds, you gain a 6% vault speed. And as a bonus, you gain 50%, 75%, 100% blood points in the bold category. And of course, it's only awarded post-trial. His second perk, Blackmail. Gathering information on the enemy could help you out of tough situations. After being in the killer's terror radius while not in chase for 80, 70, 60 seconds, Blackmail activates. Within 6, 9, 12 meters, while in chase, you and the killer's aura are revealed to other survivors. While you are injured, if a survivor takes a protection hit while they are injured, they become affected with the deep wound status effect. His final perk is Payback. Others' fears disgust you. While others run and hide, you're ready to fight for vengeance. After losing a health state during a vault, Payback activates. While the killer is standing near a vault, a fast vault will stun the killer. You become exhausted for 60, 50, 40 seconds, and Payback deactivates. However, if you slow vault while injured, the next hit that would put you into the dying state instead applies the deep wound status effect. And that's Billy Butcher. That's my choice for the survivor. I was originally going to choose Huey, but I feel like Billy would make a more fun, almost engaging survivor. But of course, Huey can be added through like a legendary skin. You could have Huey, Frenchie, and maybe even a Kimiko. I'm pretty sure they can figure out a way. Another thing, this chapter will introduce a new status effect. And I'm going to call it, you can call it whatever the hell you want, I'm going to call it the Maimed status effect. It's going to have the survivor leave a blood trail and make groans of pain for a limited time. Now, the Maimed status effect gives the survivor the effects of being injured while not actually taking away a health state. So it's like a pseudo-injury. Or it's supposed to help the killer find the survivor a bit easier. So, for the killer, there's no other choice really. I chose the Homelander. The Homelander is a beloved superhero icon gone sadistic just because he can, just because he wants to. Using his powers given from Compound V, the Homelander is capable of maiming, manipulating, and scaring the survivors. His personal perks are Scourged Hook, Failed Product, Crooked Image, and Shock and Awe, and these allow him to take his time to break survivors. First perk, Scourge Hook, Failed Product. A deep hatred of feeling held back will count towards your insatiable bloodlust. At the start of the trial, up to 4 random hooks are changed into Scourge Hooks. You see their auras in white. When the survivor is unhooked, they return to the healthy state, so they're instantly healed, but are affected with the Maimed status effect for 60, 70, 80 seconds. Every time a survivor is hooked, you gain 1 token, up to a stack of 4 tokens. So the maximum is 4 tokens for you to keep spending. Of course, they can go back up. So Every time a survivor is put into the dying state while affected by the maimed status effect, only by the maimed status effect, you can spend 2 tokens to moor a survivor after their first hook. So Homelander is an evil character. I know what you're going to be saying. Doesn't that kind of encourage tunneling? Homelander is evil. Homelander plays dirty, okay? So if what it takes to kill the survivors is to tunnel, well, the Homelander will do it, because that's just him. Of course, there are a lot of things that can sort of balance it out now that there's more stuff coming to the game, and plus, borrow time, decisive. There are a lot of things that go into it. Well, now I think about it, it'll probably cancel decisive. Anyway, the second perk, Crooked Image. Your self-image gives the confidence needed to ensure hell upon your victims. At the beginning of the match, gain a 7% movement speed boost for 140, 160, 180 seconds. Crooked Image can be deactivated by being stunned, being blinded, and or kicking a generator. So kicking a generator, kind of like, I would think Homelander is like above that. Like, he's not going to kick a generator, he's going to want to attack the survivors. So that'll probably bring his confidence down a bit. And getting stunned and blinded, so like getting physically bested, will probably piss him off and lower his confidence a bit. So of course that's what goes into it. So I kind of built it almost as like a reverse Noed, but no like what is the thing called? No instant downs. It's just the speed boost. And if you're a good enough survivor, you can probably cancel it right off the bat just by blinding them. Perk 3, Shock and Awe. You have been lied to, manipulated, and have never gotten your way. Until now. Time to show your true self. Each time a survivor is hooked, you gain 1 token, up to a stack of 2, 3, 4 tokens. When there are 2 generators left, the entity blocks all generators for how many tokens you have. Each token is worth 20 seconds, so it could stack up to 80 seconds. So an 80-second pause mid-game can help the game last a bit longer and give the Homelander whatever amount of time, whatever he wants to do. And I'm a sucker for extra blood points, so it's a bonus 25% blood points in deviousness category. So he's encouraged to use his powers. And of course they're rewarded post-trial. So, speaking of powers, this was probably the easiest part of making him. In fact, this came to me while I was in the shower. So, I'm pretty happy with it. Killer power, Diabolical. The Homelander uses his laser eyes and super strength to maim and scare survivors. Special ability, Quick Blast. Holding the power button will charge a quick laser blast. The blast will destroy dropped pallets and breakable walls. If a quick blast hits a survivor, they will become affected by the maim status effect for 30 seconds. A second blast will injure the survivor, and grunts of pain from the survivor will become louder and easier to hear. A third blast will put the survivor into the dying state. Each blast has a 2-second cooldown, and a missed blast will have a 3-second cooldown. Maybe the cooldown should be, more, but I'm still trying to test it out. Or not testing it out, but trying to think of how that would work. Special ability, Wicked Roar, or as I like to call it, Temper Tantrum. Holding the active ability button will have the Homelander let out a roar. Any survivor within the Homelander's terror radius will let out a scream. If the Homelander is in chase, the chase survivor will be affected by the hindered status effect and the incapacitated status effect until downed. The status effects will persist outside of a chase for 15 seconds. So even if the survivor somehow gets out of chase, it gives the Homelander a bit time to catch up and still oppress the survivor that he's on. Mad God. Mad God meter builds when the Homelander is stunned, blinded, misses basic attacks, and kept in chases for periods of time. During Mad God, Quick Blast will now injure survivors the first time without applying the maimed status effect. It will have all survivors be affected by the Wicked Roar status effects, and will reduce the cooldowns of missed basic attacks and missed Quick Blast attacks. So Homelander is meant to be an oppressive, dirty fighting killer, but still give the image of a superhero. So yeah, what are your thoughts? If you have any changes or more questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I'm a pretty quick replier unless I don't know how to answer the question, but most of the time I do, even if it's a dumb answer. So, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.